Hey parents, it is good to be back. I've been out the past couple of weeks because Jacqueline and I just welcomed our first son, Judah. He is happy, he is healthy. Jacqueline's at home with him. We're both tired, but we're making it. But I'm excited to be back in full capacity this week. We had a great night last night. We were finishing up our first unit of the Gospel Project, going through Genesis, and we wrapped up last night in Job. So we went through the whole story of Job last night, and our main point was that even in our suffering, God is worthy of worship. So we looked at the story of Job and the suffering that he went through and the hardship that he went through and he faced throughout all 42 chapters of that book. And we looked at how God was ultimately in control. And because of that, He is always worthy of worship. Even in the midst of our suffering, the good things, the bad things, all of it, He is worthy of our worship and our praise. Next week, we're going to take a pause from the Gospel Project and we're going to pick up talking about the I am statements of Jesus. So we're going to look at about 4 or 5 of these statements, and next week we're going to look at the first one, that I am the Good Shepherd. We're going to look at what Jesus says about Himself, about His character, about who He is and who He is for us. He is our shepherd. So we're going to look at that statement next week, and throughout the month of April, we're going to look at a few other of those. I am the true vine, I am the good shepherd, all of those. This coming week, a couple things looking forward. For those of you with kids in the county schools, they've got spring break next week. So hopefully that means that you'll be able to still have a restful time at home. Hopefully they don't eat you out of house and home because they're just going to be home all the time. But that's an exciting time for them. And so that's going to be a great week for those in county schools. And then in about 2 weeks, I believe, city schools have spring break. So same for you guys. And those who are homeschooling, well, just never give them a break. Just let them keep going. Let them keep going. But coming up, a few things we have looking forward are on April 12th, the 12th, which is a Saturday. In a couple weeks, we're gonna have a student serve day. So we're gonna have a serve project for students. We'll gather here at the church. It'll be about late morning to early afternoon, probably about 11 to 2. I'll give more details soon. But we'll have a serve day for your students to just come out and serve in our community for a couple hours. Just see what it's like to be the hands and feet of Christ and to serve the city that we love, the city of Danville. And so the city that we all get to live in or live near, and we get to call home. So that is going to be on April 12th, Saturday. Other thing coming up is this summer, we are going back to TRO. So if you don't know, TRO is the summer camp, Thomas Road Outpost, that we go to. We've been going to for the past several years. We didn't last year, but the few years before that we have. And so we're going to be going back to TRO on June 30th to July 4th. Registration will open soon. I just want to give you that information so you can save the date. Cost will be $350. We'll have some early bird pricing of $300. If we do need partial scholarships or anything like that, we can navigate that. If that's a need, reach out to me, explain your financial situation, and we'll see what we can do for you. But cost is $350, early bird pricing $300 once registration is open, which should be in the next week or two. All that will be at your fingertips, and we can get your students signed up for TRO. We do have limited spots. We'll have 18 female spots and 12 male spots, so 30 total. And so we'll want to make sure they get registered ASAP. Last thing is coming up next month is Easter. Here at DRC, we have a great Easter weekend. Just wanted to give you some service time. So Good Friday, which is the 18th, we will have a Good Friday worship service from 6 to 7. This will be a little bit different than our normal services. It'll be mostly musical worship, and we'll just worship the Lord on Good Friday in anticipation of what is to come on Sunday. On Sunday, we will have 3 services. This is different than what we normally do. 3 services at 8, 9:30, and 11. This is to give the chance for everybody new coming in from the community that's going to be here for Easter to have a time and have a seat at Dan River. And so we want you to be there 8, 9:30, or 11. I'd encourage you, come at 8. If you normally come to that first service and you can get up a little bit early, I would come to the 8 o'clock service. We'll probably have a little bit more room. The 9:30 and 11 will be a little bit more packed out, and you may not get your normal seat. but I'd encourage you 8, 9:30, and 11 on Easter Sunday. I'm so thankful for you guys, so glad to be back in full capacity, and just praying for you and your families, and thank you just for the privilege that it is to get to lead and shepherd your students.